Good evening, wrestling fans, or good morning rather, and welcome to another edition of Wrestle Talk Show. Um, like we always do, we want to thank our audience. Appreciate the recent demographics show an increase in female viewership and a downshift on the male demographic, but that's always good to see a spike, and that's on a day by day generation of those stats. So it could be right back to 90 and 18 today. That demographic that I just mentioned was taken yesterday at around noon. So it generates every 24 hours. So it's nice, again, nice to see a shift in that. And that more and more of you are interested. We have a big show planned, probably two-parters. Once we get into everything, if we get on a rant about things, it'll probably turn into a two-parter. Um, First and foremost, WWE is to kick off 2011 with Monday Night Raw. It's to feature a WWE title match, The Miz versus John Morrison. Uh, Something we mentioned in a previous video, Vince McMahon, uh, as we reported, signed another deal with WWE, and on the first it officially went into effect. A couple of things it includes were interesting. Uh, Not only does he act as under the contract, not only does he act as the chairman and chief executive officer of the company, he also serves it as its creative director and is entitled to 1.1 million annually and is enrolled in the company's incentive bonus plan. So as we reported, he'll make about approximately 4 million a year, if not better, including all the bonuses. Uh, the incentive plan is primarily based on company performance, and overall, like we mentioned in most of our videos, WWE always has a good balance sheet quarter to quarter. Uh, it's had depressing news these last couple quarters, this last year or so. But it all in its other businesses, it does extremely well. Um, they basically get the decline in pay-per-view buys out of the way to announce that TV rights, they make millions upon millions, and just the ownership alone of everything that they want to own, um, they make good money outside of live events and what we see on TV. Um, Secondly, they own his creative rights, such as his ideas, inventions, and performances. McMahon is also prohibited from competing with WWE in the area of pro wrestling and other core businesses for 1 year if his contract should ever be terminated. Uh, McMahon basically, like we reported, um, has a golden parachute that if he gets fired for just cause or something other than just cause, or if he uh, terminates the agreement on good reason, they basically pay everything. If he's injured, they pay. So he's covered all the way around. But that's Vince McMahon. Indie wrestler Nick, in wrestling news, I'm getting more and more details on this as it comes in, so bear with me. Nick Gage turned himself in on 12/31 New Year's Eve on a bank robbery charge in New Jersey. Bail was set at 150,000 from where in Collingswood, New Jersey, Gage allegedly robbed that bank for $3,000 by threatening the bank teller with a gun. Um, this happened December 22nd. Um, Other news: the Awesome Con that we reported her driving on a suspended license stop has signed with WWE, confirmed on Wednesday of last week through PW Torch, Pro Wrestling Torch, our colleagues. Another great podcast, guys. You can stop by them at pwtorch.com. They do podcasts 5 days a week. So give them a check out on top of us, because they're definitely worth listening to. First SmackDown of 2011 to feature a world title match and Rey Mysterio versus Del Rio. Our segment here, actually, other news. Mickie James has spoken out in a recent ESPN interview about WWE, in her opinion, did not handle her music career properly. Claimed that it was because they weren't interested, because they didn't own it, and because they, according to her, they didn't want to own it. In a nutshell, in her words, because they didn't understand country music, so they didn't buy into it, so they didn't give her any time to produce it, didn't really care about it. I don't know, I seen this interview as basically her just complaining because WWE submitted a neutral response by saying, we wish her luck with her music career. They're not, this isn't anything that should be riveting or anything, but I think she was trying to start something there. You don't really come out, and like it was mentioned through my colleagues and their podcasts and whatnot, country music is unique in the sense that it's not as marketable as hip-hop, R&B, rap. Some would say maybe you could look at that as a bias, but you don't look at wrestling and then think you're going to maybe produce your next wrestler / country music star. I do think that's a fair argument. Jeff Hardy, a little bit more details were illuminated over the last couple of days on what's going on with Jeff Hardy and his guilty plea. The guilty plea is part of the sentencing arrangement he's made with the DA. It was just noted that at any time the judge can throw out any kind of arrangement and more or less sentence Jeff as he sees fit. So basically all this is talk, and the judge has the final say. Part of the deal is he'll plead guilty to one or more of the charges. These 4 counts of drug-related charges, the most being intent to traffic opium and whatnot, and he got all the related intent to distribute and everything that gets tacked on when, you get, he's got a possession of cocaine charge. They basically got him for everything they could. Sounds like they found the drugs. Well, I know what it is. I shouldn't say sounds like, but it sounds like they got him on 1 charge solid and got lucky because they could tack on 3 more, because technically, gotta love the justice system. But in our segment, we're going to real quick run down. WWE is seen a decline in the television ratings for 2010. Average rating per show, and this is from 2007 to 2010. 2007 saw a 3.63 overall rating. 2008 saw a 3.28. 2009, 3.59. 2010, 3.28. And as of now, it's seen an 8.6% decline, with average viewership 2007 to 2010. 07, it averaged 5.02 million viewers. 2008, 4.82 million. 2009, 5.24, and 2010 with 4.79 million viewers. This also seen an 8.7% decline overall. So you gotta wonder if, it comes back to my video, not the last one, but the one before it, where if they produce something that people want to keep their TVs on and can start producing the material where you're creating stories that play out and build up to something important, I think you can get these ratings back easily to what you commanded before. You just haven't given us anything that we haven't already seen. And it's a sad fact, but it's to the point where wrestling fans are still wrestling fans. They just check in once a week on a podcast because it's a faster way of getting your wrestling. Give us a reason to turn the TV back on and not just need the recap. Give us something that merits $45, $50 a month, and you will see an increase in that. Give the story what it needs, the fire that it needs. That way, when you, or use the gun analogy, when you load the gun and you go to pull the trigger on your Sunday pay-per-view, it means something. And people don't feel cheated that they spent $45 and 3 hours later they regretted it. Easy fixes. Read my previous videos on all that. But they can fix all this. So let's hope that they will. Until next time, send all show-related emails to cwecompany@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Become our friend at CWE Company. And feel free to visit the website. I'm lagging on that, I know. But visit WrestleTalkShow.webs.com. Interact with us. Give us some topics. Send us your opinions. Anything you want to say. Anything you want heard. We want to hear from you. Give us a shout, guys. Until next time, thank you very much. Have a great day.